Welcome, welcome to Clemna Bay's live session. Today program is Let's Talk Africa, and the topic is: Do our leaders really care about us? It's a question you and I need to answer. It's a question you and I need to look into critically so that we really know if we have a part to play as citizens of Africa and Africans. But before we go into the introductory part of this critical topic, I would like us to have a chill pill with some music, and then I'll be right back. Please do us a favor if you are joining the live session by clicking the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you will also be part of those who will join us in our next live broadcast where we have to talk about Africa. Clemna Base is about Africa, and we want to look at how best we can contribute to make Africa the best place to be. Stay tuned while on this music break. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Thank you as you stay put.
Cradle of the sun, rich soil, rich heart, where it all begun. Sing your story, let the world see. From the Nile to the Cape, your beauty runs free. Nigeria's gold in music and ground, Ghana's cocoa the sweetest around. Kenya's plains, lions roam proud, Ethiopia's coffee, black clouds unbowed. Drums in the distance, tales to tell. Mama Africa rings her ancient bell. Africa, oh Africa, your wealth's untold. Diamonds and spirit, more precious than gold. Africa, oh Africa, your songs are keys. A treasure map of cultures from sea to sea. South Africa shines with platinum veins. Egypt whispers through pyramid chains. Tanzania dances with spices so rare. Uganda's pearls glow beyond compare. Ivory Coast, your chocolate's divine. Mama Africa, your riches align. Land of rhythms, land of kings. Every beat's a memory sings. Land of colors, land of pride. A million stories in your stride. Africa, oh Africa, your wealth's untold. Diamonds and spirit, more precious than gold. Africa, oh Africa, your songs are keys. A treasure map of cultures from sea to sea. Land of rhythms, land of kings. Every beat a memory sings. Land of colors, land of pride. A million stories in your stride. Africa, oh Africa, your wealth's untold. Diamonds and spirit, more precious than gold. Africa, oh Africa, your songs are keys. A treasure map of cultures from sea to sea.
Oh mama,
Africa, cradle of the sun, rich soil, rich heart, where it all begun. Sing your story, let the world see. From the Nile to the Cape, your beauty runs free. Nigeria's golden music and ground, Ghana's cocoa, the sweetest around. Kenya's plains, lions roam proud. Ethiopia's coffee, black clouds unbowed. Drums in the distance, tells to tell. Mama Africa rings her ancient bell. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Africa, oh Africa, your wealth untold. Diamonds and spirit more precious than gold. Africa, oh Africa, your songs are key. A treasure map of cultures from sea to sea. South Africa shines with platinum veins. Egypt whispers through pyramid chains. Tanzania dances with spices so rare. Uganda's pearls glow beyond compare. Ivory Coast, your chocolate's divine. Mama Africa, your riches align. Land of rhythms, land of kings. Every beat a memory sings. Land of colors, a land of pride. A million stories in your stride. Africa, oh Africa, your wealth's untold. Diamonds and spirit more precious than gold. Africa, oh Africa, your songs are key. A treasure map of cultures from sea to sea. Land of rhythms, land of kings, every beat a memory sings. Land of colors, land of pride, a million stories in your stride. Africa, oh Africa, your wealth's untold. Diamonds and spirit more precious than gold. Africa, oh Africa, your songs are key. A treasure map of cultures from sea to sea.
Thank you for staying tuned. Welcome to those who are joining us live right now. Thank you for joining the live broadcast of Clemna Base. The program is Let's Talk Africa. And today we'll be looking at, do our leaders really care about us? As you join the live session, there is a QA question there. We are not here to underrate any African country because we are Africans. But we want to really look at the things that are not really good and we talk about it. We air our own voice so that tomorrow posterity will judge us that we speak, we learn a voice. So the question is, which of the African country has the worst leaders? You can decide to mention any African country you feel, based on the information available to you, if they have the worst leaders. And when I guess at the end of today's live broadcast, we'll be able to see if you also understand if your judgment is correct or not. Please do us a favor by clicking the like button of this live broadcast. Drop your comment on anything we talk about because your comment is also very key. Your comment is very, very important to our discussion today. I feel if you do that, it will do us a lot of good. We cannot do it all alone. We need you, you need us. So that is why your comment is very, very important. And also, you can share the live broadcast to any group You can share it on Facebook. You can share it anywhere you want to share it, so that we spread this message, so that other people can also be part of it as you do it. Thank you very much. Stay blessed and God bless you. Now let's go to the discussion of today. Like I said, this is a weekly live broadcast from Klemna Base. We do it every week, and it will do you a lot. And you also assist us by subscribing and turning the notification bell. It is very, very important. Welcome to those who are joining. I can see some of you. Thank you. For some reasons, I will not be mentioning names. And I want to also quickly apologize why we are doing it faceless. The environment where I am right now, I can't really show the background because of how it is. So please bear with us. Subsequent live broadcasts, we will do it so that you see the face behind the voice. And moreover, you know the face already. If you check some of our videos, the face you see is the face talking right now. If you go through some of our videos, you see the young man speaking. He's still the same one speaking to you. He's your African brother. So now the question there is, do our leaders really care about us? And for us to answer this question, I feel the first thing we need to do is to understand who a leader is, be it political, be it religious, be it community, be it in a family setting. If you and I understand who a leader is, it would do you and I a lot of good to know if what we are going to discuss today is what it should be. So let's dive in right away. I also want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to those who like this live broadcast, those who are sharing. We see you. Please keep sharing. When you like the live broadcast, when you share it, YouTube is able to recommend it to others. And in that way, we can send this message across to others. You can also do that by clicking the share button, rather. Share it in WhatsApp, share it on Facebook group, and I tell you, you are doing a great thing, because we really need to talk about ourselves. Now, let's go to the discussion itself. First of all, we need to know who a leader is. I will not bore you by going to dictionary to look at the definition of a leader. No, well, what we're going to look at is, in a layman language, who should be a leader? I feel that would be very, very important. A leader is someone who serves those he is leading. That is one thing you need to know. If you're a Christian, you will know that Jesus had to wash the feet of his disciple. That was him showing in practical terms what a leader is all about. Meaning, you have to serve those you claim you are leading. That is the first thing a leader should do. If you want to be a leader, you must be ready to serve others. The second thing we need to understand and consider in today's discussion is that a leader is someone who leads by example. Yeah. Leading by example means you have to do what you say. If you tell people do not lie, then you do not need to lie. If you say do not cheat, then you as a leader, you do not need to cheat. If you say do not steal, as a leader, you should not steal, because your words should match your actions, and that is the only way you can lead by example. Now, if we claim we are leaders, if someone claims he or she is a leader, then the person needs to serve those he claims is leading or she is leading, and he or she needs to lead by example. In such scenario, you are now termed a leader. You are qualified to be considered or called a leader. Now, so far so good. With the little we have been able to lay down, I'm sure you and I know understand who a leader is. Now, there is no variation in the definition of leaders, when you take it to the political scene, there is no variation if we take it to the religious circle. There's no difference if we are looking at a community leader or a family leader. And that means if a father says, my child, do not lie, that means the father must not lie. Because if a father decides to lie in the presence of a child, he is leading by example, in that a child will consider lying as part of what he or she should do. And that was why we said it earlier, that in the first instance, a leader must be able to serve those he lead, and also must be able to lead by example. Now, in the political scene, you and I will understand that our political leaders in Africa are so much far from this definition. There is a great gap between what we have just said and what they do. So, in other words, we'll be looking at critically those things that we see around that really make these our leaders not worth to be called leaders. And in going to the topic, it is by this definition you will be able to look around from where you are from. You can be from Cameroon, you can be from Ghana, you can be from Nigeria, you can be from Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Algeria, Egypt, South Africa, Angola, Botswana, Gabon, Guinea, Cape Verde, Equatorial Guinea, Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Tunisia, and so many, even Namibia. Sorry if I omit your Africa country. It is not intentional. It's just I can't remember the all 55 right now. You know, we are so much. Right now, in looking at this, you understand that in so many African countries, we are having stories that is so far from leadership. We are seeing events, a leadership style that is so far from true leadership. Now, when we look at some critical countries, you know, it's so sad to look at a country like Togo. You know, the story in Togo, one will begin to ask, what is that positive trait of a leader in this country by those who are steering the aim of affair? Recently, I heard that in a family where someone came in to be a president, having ruled for how many years? About 30 years, if not more than that. He died and the son took over. And today the son is trying to make sure he changes the constitution of Togo and make himself a live president. You know, it's so sad. It is so sad. Because you begin to ask yourself, where did we get all this threat from? Where did we get all this attitude from? How can Africa be ruled by people in such attitude and habit, such funny characters? And then it begins to make us wonder, where did we get it wrong? Where? What is our friends? Are we saying that is the only man who can rule Togo? I'm very sure, I can bet you, trust me, there are so many competent, prudent in character in Togo who, if they sit on the responsibility of the president, governor, or whatsoever you may call it, they will deliver dividends and democracy governance to the people of Togo. But it's so sad when we have people who wants to claim into power, but do not care about what this power or this attempt will cost to the life of an average and poor people in Togo. Now, one will wonder, why are we having this kind of people in Africa? When you look at Cameroon, Cameroon is another case itself. Paul Biya has been in power for years. You know, I grew up as a young man to hear this man's name. And to a large extent, to the glory of God, I'm grown up. And I'm still hearing the man's name as a president of Cameroon. And this is a man who is almost ruling, let me not use the word ruling, because that is what it is. Ruling Cameroon in proxy. How can a president of a country do not really stay in that country, but rule the country from wherever he is? This is wrong. This really shows that African leaders do not care. They do not care one bit about us. To those of us who are joining right now, this is a live broadcast organized by Clemna Base. The program is Let's Talk Africa. We are Africans and we need to talk about ourselves. And today we are looking at, do our leaders really care about us? And if you check the live broadcast, you will see a question there. The question talks about which of the African country has the worst leaders. The worst. You are free to choose which country you feel and you know has the worst leaders. You know, sometimes it brings us to a question. It is a particular song that I love so much. That song asks us a question: where did our wisdom as Africans go? To those of us who joined us when we started, the song we use in starting this live broadcast talks about the richness of Africa in terms of culture, in terms of manpower, in terms of intellectual, in terms of mineral resources. Africa is blessed. As you and I are talking, Africa should be the leading continent in the world. But where are we today? The problem is that we have all sort of nasty, corrupt, uncultured leaders in the aim of affair. Like I was saying, please, if you're joining the live broadcast, do us a favor, a big one, by liking the live broadcast. By doing that, you are encouraging us. Share it to your group, to your timeline, share it to friends. Let's be part of this discussion. Because when we discuss about Africa, we are Africans, and Africa is our continent. Africa is our land. Africa is who we are. Because I tell you the truth, not every one of us will be able to travel outside Africa to other Western world. Not everyone. Because it will not be everyone, then we need to talk about Africa. We need to see how Africa can grow. We need to see how Africa can harness its potential and be what it should be. And that is why in Clemna Base, we have chosen a program called Let's Talk Africa. And today, we are looking at, do our leaders really care about us? You know, we were looking at Togo. To those of us joining the live session, we're talking about Togo. And we were talking about Cameroon, with those in the aims of affair who have been in that position for a long time without no credible election. How can we have such leaders and expect Africa to grow? Now, coming to Nigeria, you know, I grew up to know and hear the story of Africa see Nigeria, or Africans see Nigeria as a giant of Africa. But today, Nigeria is no more the giant of Africa. That's the truth. That's the honest truth. Nigeria has fallen from being the giant of Africa. I do not even know what to say or where to place it. Okay, Nigeria would say that somehow, they are not like Cameroon, where we have one man almost ruling till his grave. Now, can we call what we have in Nigeria election? No, that's the truth. I was following up the election of 2023 in Nigeria. It was very glaring. It was very easy for anyone to see that someone else won the election and what was given to someone else. And when you get to have a discussion with Nigerians, you understand that their vote do not count. How can you claim you are having a democratic election cycle and then the vote of the citizens do not count? No, that can't be election. Because when we were all in school, the definition of democracy was a political system that gives power to the people and which is ruled by the people and is for the people. So if we say democracy is a political system that is being ruled by the people and is of the people and for the people. So that means by the people, it simply means whatsoever that determine that political system must be determined by the people. You can't be a president for the people and you are not elected by the people. It is wrong. It's not possible. For you to say you are a president for Nigeria, it simply means you must be elected by Nigerians. That is only when you can say, I am the president for the people of Nigeria. You can't claim to be a president for the people of Cameroon when you are not elected, when you are not chosen by the people of, or by the Cameroonians. How is that possible? How can today the man in the aim of affair in Ghana, John Mahama, will come back to say, I'm the president of Ghana. I'm the president of the Ghanaian people. But he was not elected by the Ghanaians. How is that possible? Because if democracy should be what it should be, and then I believe every citizen has a stake in that. You must be able to say, I choose this. We all choose, but the ones with the highest vote won. You know, that is the only way we can say this is democracy. But if it's not like that, I tell you, there's no democracy. So before we continue, for those of you, let's go on this music break. And when I come back, we continue.
Who will mend the broken drum when the rhythm fades, when the dancers run? Who will patch the holes in our sunlit sky when leaders build their towers high? Dust on the books of truth we swore. Voices silenced behind closed doors. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Echoes of the motherland cry. Do we rise or let it die? Why do the rivers flow with tears? Why do the markets trade in fears? What price for the soul of a stolen land? Who profits when we don't understand? Palms once open now hold gold. Dreams are bought but never sold. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Echoes of the motherland cry. Do we rise or let it die? Palms once open now hold gold. Dreams are bought but never sold. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Echoes of the motherland cry. Do we rise or let it die? Who will mend the broken drum when the rhythm fades, when the dancers run? Who will patch the holes in our sunlit sky when leaders build their towers high? Dust on the books of truth we swore. Voices silenced behind closed doors. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Echoes of the motherland cry. Do we rise or let it die? Why do the rivers flow with tears? Why do the markets trade in fears? What price for the soul of a stolen land? Who profits when we don't understand? Palms once open now hold gold. Dreams are bought but never sold. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Echoes of the motherland cry. Do we rise or let it die? Palms once open now hold gold. Dreams are bought but never sold. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Echoes of the motherland cry. Do we rise or let it high.
Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for those joining us again. If you're joining us live right now, this is Lemna based live broadcast on the program Let's Talk Africa. And today we look at the question: do our leaders really care about us? Do we have Africa leaders who care about us? You know, this question was brought based on the event and the situations around Africa. Like I always argue every day, Africa should be the leading continent in the whole world. But where are we today? We are more like a continent that has been neglected, a continent that has been forgotten only to be remembered for our mineral resources. And the question is, our leaders do not really understand. Our leaders do not really know their role. And the question there remains, do our leaders really care about us? When I talk about the real care is about the protection of life and properties. You know, prioritizing the welfare of Africans in every African countries. When we do not have this in place, I tell you there's a big problem, a big issue, and something unexpected may happen someday. So to those who are joining us right now, we are saying thank you for stopping by. Do us a favor by liking live broadcast, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Because Let's Talk Africa is a weekly program that we bring here so that we all discuss, have a discussion, and see what we can contribute in bringing Africa to where it should be. I promise you, it's not something that one person can do. It's our collective effort. If you and I are able to put our hands together, Africa will grow. If you and I put our hands together and choose the right kind of leaders, Africa will be where it should be. If you and I say no to mediocrity, I tell you, we will be where we should be. You know, like I always say, not every African will be able to travel out to a place like the Western world. So for those who will not be able to travel, you and I owe them that duty, their responsibility to remodel Africa to what it should be, so that those who will be staying by can benefit the dividends of democracy. Yeah. If we do not have that in place, then there's a big issue. If we do not have such in place, then there's a big problem. So when we look at now the third country we'll be looking at today, which will be the last topic, the last Africa country that we'll look at today. Please, like I said, do us a favor by stopping by tomorrow. This is a weekly program. In Clemna Base, we have live session that we put together for different topics so that we can educate ourselves, we can inspire one another and motivate ourselves to a greater Africa. So the third country, Africa country we'll be looking at, we're able to look at Togo. We talk about Togo. We said Togo as a leadership issue to a point where we have a man who was a president for years, almost 35 years, if I'm not mistaken. Then at his demise, he gave it back to his son. His son took over. And today, the son is trying to make himself a live president in Togo. Now, it is saddened to know that when you see the people rising up, the citizens rising against such actions, and the only thing that is the response of a government who lack legitimacy is to send armed men to go after armless protesters. And this has become more like a trend in Africa recently. It has become more than a trend in Africa recently, where you see that African leaders only have the habit of sending armed men, armed forces, to go after armless protesters. You see protesters with placards demonstrating their grievances, their displeasure, and the only thing the African leaders can do is to send their armed men, the police, the army, and the rest after them. And at times, they shoot live ammunition on them. You hear casualty, you hear the aspect of unliving citizens by African leaders. And you wonder, where is the African heart? Where is the human in us? Where is humanity? If a leader, so to say, in Africa can send armed men to unlive armless protesters who are only there to establish or register their displeasure on the way things are being done, how can we say we are in democracy where people, the citizens, do not have a voice? How is that possible? How can you say you are in democracy where the citizens cannot register their grievances? And we say we are in democracy? Because this has been the usual trend now in Africa. If you go to Togo, that's what you see. Where protesters, who is protesting, they are protesting against a man trying to make himself a live president, and all he can do is to send armed men with guns. You know, it's so shameful to a point where you see that these leaders cannot do the same to protect the citizens. You don't need to fight for your legitimacy. If you're a legitimate president, if you're a legitimate governor in Africa country, you don't need to use armed men to show or to demonstrate that. No, you don't. It is by your works. It is by the things, your intellectual evidence. That is what we will use to judge you, whether you have legitimacy or not. But today in Africa, they use armed men, even when they are wrong. How can you? How can you? And when you go to Cameroon, you have a man, a Paul Biya, almost sitting like a live president. I grew up to hear this man's name. Today, after so many years, the man is still in the seat of president. And every time they come with a shamble election to deceive the people, I tell you, go the same way in Nigeria. One would say Nigeria and Togo is not the same thing. But what we have in Nigeria, is it election? No, it's not. How can you leave the outcome of election to judiciary? Is that election? No, it can't be. It is the people who decide, because we were told that democracy is power for the people, by the people, or whatsoever. That means for you to say you're a president of a country, you must be elected by the people before you can say, I'm the president of Nigerians, I'm a president of Cameroonians, I'm a president of Ghanaians. You can't claim to be president of these people when you are not chosen by these people. It's not possible. So until we change this trajectory, we can never say we have democracy in Africa. Until this narrative change, we can't claim to have democracy in Africa. You know, just this week, if I'm not mistaken, I heard in the news that the Nigerian government have decided to spend a whooping sum of 712 billion naira to renovate an existing airport, whereas the same amount of money can afford two brand new international airports, and they will still have something remaining. The question is, how can our leaders be so careless in the name of corruption, spend so much on frivolous things that will not actually benefit the common people? For you to say your country is okay, it must start with your common, what I call common, are the average poorly or the average poor Nigerians. The average and the poor Nigerians should be able to see the dividends of democracy before you say you are running a democracy. Spending that kind of amount of money to renovate an existing working airport is alarming, it's frivolous, it's laughable. But this is the same country, they are the president, their governor travel outside to have treatment outside the country. A country where there is no world standard hospital. You know, just if I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks ago, a man who has been placed as a sole administrator in one of the states in Nigeria, I'm trying to remember the state right now. I was told he spent 24 billion naira for just installation of CCTV cameras in his office. A whooping 24 billion naira. Can you imagine that? This is enough to show that those in the aims of affairs do not care. How can you spend such a whooping sum of amount of money for something everybody can Google the price on the internet? You know, it's just unbelievable. How did Africa get to this point where we have men in the aims of affairs that do not care? How did we get here? How did we get to this point where we have people in the position of leadership with no humanity in them? I'm not even talking about insecurity. In Nigeria, you hear stories of terrorists unaliving citizens every blessed day. And then you say you have governors, you have a president in that country? How? How is it possible? Because in their swearing in, these men sworn to protect life and properties. So what are they doing today? Has the life of Nigerian be so cheap that it doesn't have no value anymore, where someone can just come in, take it away, and the men doing this and the people committing this glorious crime, these atrocities, are working freely? How is that possible? And we claim we have leaders? We do not have leaders in Africa. We do not have leaders. We have leaders and we have these kind of problems? No, it's not possible. The moment we Africans wakes up to say no to all this, that will be the beginning of we having a brighter Africa, a richer Africa, an healthy Africa. Until the power to choose leaders returns to the people, we can never say we have democracy. We can't. Thank you for those of you joining the live broadcast. Thank you for joining. We are looking at Let's Talk Africa, which is a weekly program organized by Claim the Base. And today we are looking at, do we have leaders who really care about us? Do well to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever we come live like this. It's a weekly program. We air it 3 times a week. So if you turn on the notification bell, you will be notified whenever we come live, and then you'll be a part of it. Because we really need to talk about Africa. We really need to talk about our existence as Africans. Then on the live, you will see a question. You are free to drop your comment. Feel free to drop your comment, and we will definitely respond. Because we need to have these conversations. We need to really talk about our existence as Africans. I'll leave this with some music, and then briefly, within 5 or 6 minutes, I'll be back. So we wrap it up for today. Thank you for joining us. Please do not go. Like the live broadcast, notification bell. Drop your comment, and I promise you we will respond. You can only share this message to friends. Make sure you share it, please, so that those of them, sorry, who were not able to join us, can always come back and listen to it because it will be there. We will go on a music break. After some minutes, I'll be back so that we wrap it up. Thank you for staying tuned. We love you.
Enter to Bluetooth. Enter radio in play. Enter to Bluetooth. Music.
Oh, Mama Africa, cradle of the sun, rich soil, rich heart, where it all begun. Sing your story, let the world see. From the Nile to the Cape, your beauty runs free. Nigeria's golden music and ground, Ghana's cocoa, the sweetest around. Kenya's plains, lions roam proud. Ethiopia's coffee, black clouds unbowed. Drums in the distance, tells to tell. Mama Africa rings her ancient bell. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Africa, oh Africa, your wealth's untold. Diamonds and spirit, more precious than gold. Africa, oh Africa, your songs are key. A treasure map of cultures from sea to sea. South Africa shines with platinum veins. Egypt whispers through pyramid chains. Tanzania dances with spices so rare. Uganda's pearls glow beyond compare. Ivory Coast, your chocolate's divine. Mama Africa, your riches align. Land of rhythms, land of kings. Every beat a memory sings. Land of colors, a land of pride. A million stories in your stride. Africa, oh Africa, your wealth's untold. Diamonds and spirit, more precious than gold. Africa, oh Africa, your songs are key. A treasure map of cultures from sea to sea. Land of rhythms, land of kings. Every beat a memory sings. Land of colors, land of pride. A million stories in your stride. Africa, oh Africa, your wealth's untold.
Kindly do us a favor
Diamonds and spirit,
while the music
more
goes on,
precious
it's on
than
music
gold.
break.
Africa, oh
Like,
Africa, your songs are keys,
share,
a treasure map
subscribe,
of cultures
turn on the
from sea
notification
to
bell.
sea.
Thank you for joining us as we are on the music break. Like the video, like the live podcast. We are just on the music break. Subscribe,
Who will mend
share the live
the
broadcast,
broken drum when the
subscribe,
rhythm
like,
fades, when
share
the
the live. Thank
dancers
you for
run?
joining us.
Who will patch the holes in our sunlit
Remember,
sky
you and I have a
when leaders build
responsibility
their
to
towers
build Africa
high?
to what it should be.
Dust on the books of truth
Can you
we
listen to the music we are
swore.
about to play?
Voices
It's a question where you and I need
silenced
to answer.
behind closed doors. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow?
It's a question that to us,
Echoes of the
where did our wisdom go
Music.
as Africa?
motherland cry. Do we rise or let it die? Why do the rivers flow with tears?
Why will our
Why
rivers
do the
flow with tears?
markets trade in
Where you have some
fear
countries where men have been
price for the
alive on a
soul
daily basis.
of a
Nigeria, for
stolen
example.
land? Who profits
music
when we
break.
don't understand?
Share
Arms
the live
once
broadcast,
open, now
subscribe,
hold
turn on the
cold.
notification bell so that you will be part of those who will join us
Music.
when next we come.
Dreams are bought but never sold. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Echoes of the motherland cry.
Oh.
Do we rise or let it die? Arms once open, now hold gold. Dreams are bought but never sold. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Echoes of the motherland cry. Do we rise or let it die?
Thank you for joining the live session.
Who will mend the broken drum
Like,
when the rhythm
share,
fades
turn on the
and
notification
the
bell after
dancers
subscribing
run?
so that when we come on live
Who
sessions
patch
like
the
this,
holes in our
you'll be notified.
sunlit sky?
We have been able to talk about
Leaders
so many
build their
things about
towers
the topic Let's Talk
high.
Africa. But right now we are
Dust
on the music
on the
break.
books of truth
Enjoy some
we
of the music.
swore. Voices
We'll be back so that we talk
silenced
and wrap
behind
up for
closed
the live session
doors.
today.
Oh, Africa, where did wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Echoes of the motherland cry. Do we rise or let it die? Why do the rivers flow with tears? Why do the markets trade in fears? What price for the soul of a stolen land? Who profits when we don't understand? Palms once open, now hold gold. Dreams are bought but never sold. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Who mend the broken drum when the rhythm fades, when the dancers run? Who will patch the holes in our sunlit sky when leaders build their towers high? Dust on the books of truth we swore. Voices silenced behind closed doors. Oh, Africa, where did your wisdom go? Where did your wisdom go? Where are the hearts that used to glow? Echoes of the motherland cry. Do we rise or let it die? Homes of the motherland cry. Do we rise or let it die?
Your laughter dances in the breeze tonight. The stars are jealous of you.
Thank you for joining the live session. Let's Talk
Every
Africa.
step you take, my heart takes
Kindly
flight.
like the
Oh
live
baby,
session,
oh
share
baby,
it,
you're my delight.
subscribe,
Hold my
turn on
hand,
the
let the
notification
world
bell
spin slow. Feel the
so
rhythm,
that you
let
get
the
notified whenever we
music
come
flow.
live like this.
Love in the rhythm, we move as one.
Let's Talk
Under the
Africa is a
moon
weekly
till the
program
night is
organized by Glenn
done. Your
Nabley.
heart beats, my heart hums. Together forever, our song becomes. Your eyes are oceans, I drown, I dive. Every glance you give keeps me alive. Your touch is fire, I burn, I thrive. Oh darling, you're my drive. Spin with me, let the drums take hold. Feel the bass, let the story unfold. Love in the rhythm, we move as one. Under the moon till the night is done. Your heart beats, my heart hums. Together forever, our song becomes. Your laughter dances in the breeze tonight. The stars are jealous of your growing light. Clemna bass calling my name tonight. Africa's heartbeat, it feels so right. We're building dreams, we're taking flight. Love and development, side by side. From the roots to the skies, our love, it never lies. Through the politics, we'll rise. Climb the base, my heart is one place. In this relationship, I see your face. Marriage lifestyle, single matching grace.
Music.
We're dancing through governance, love's embrace. We talk of leaders, we talk of change. But love's the force that rearranges the game. Hand in hand, we'll walk the range, building a life that's never the same. From the east to the west, our hearts beat the best. Governance can't contest. Clear the base,
music.
I see your face. Marriage lifestyle, single matching grace. We're dancing through governance, love's embrace. We talk of leaders, we talk of change. But love's the force that rearranges the game. Hand in
Thank you for
hand,
joining the live
we'll
session.
walk the rain.
Let's Talk Africa program,
Building a
organized by
life
Cleveland Base,
that's never the
a weekly
same.
program that we bring together
From
to
the
talk about
east
Africa
to the
development.
west, our hearts
Be a part of
beat
us
the
by
best.
joining us.
Governance get
Subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you will be part of those who will be notified whenever we come live like this to discuss. We have discussed before you join us, but welcome to joining us. I'm sure if you do this, when next we come on air, you'll be notified so that you join the conversation.
Love's embrace.
Thank you for staying put to wait for us. And if you're joining us right now, like I said earlier, this is Clemson Based Live Broadcast, a weekly program that we bring together for us to have a conversation about Africa, about relationship, about marriage, about governance, democracy dividend, lifestyle, and the rest. So do well to subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell because this will help you to get notified whenever we come live so that you'll be part of the conversation. If you do this, you will help us to build a community where we have to look at each other's back. We'll be there for each other so that we can make a better Africa. I know today's program was about Let's Talk Africa. We have other programs that we bring in every week. Let's Talk Africa is one of them. And when we talk about Let's Talk Africa, we are looking at the political dynamics, the political system of Africa in terms of leadership and followership. And then that was what brought about the question that we discussed today, which has to do with do our leaders really care about us? We're able to do a little justice to it. At first, we define what a leader is. We define how a leader should operate. If you check the previous, you will understand. If you're able to look at the video again, you will understand what we're able to look at. And then we're able to look at 3 African countries during our conversation. We're able to look at Togo. We were able to look at Cameroon. And lastly, Nigeria. No, we were able to look at the 2 presidents of these 2 African countries, Togo and Cameroon, that they are long-standing as presidents in this African country do not show leadership, do not show true leadership, because they have already made themselves more like a live president in a country where there are so many vibrant, energetic, knowledgeable people, Africans who can lead the aims of affairs to be able to make that country a good place to be. But today, opposite is the case, where we have people imposing themselves as president to the people, which is against what democracy is all about. Because when we were all in school, we were told that democracy is the government for the people, by the people, and for the people. Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It simply means for you to claim you are president of any African country, you must be chosen by the people. If whatever makes you become a president is outside this, and people are not in support of your presidency, then you are not a president of that country. You only impose yourself on them. And that is against what it should be for a democratic country. We also look at Nigeria and its corrupt practices. You know, one of the key things we were able to look at is the fact that the Nigerian government spends so much on things that are not too important, that does not bring the overall well-being to Nigerians. You know, year in, year out, you see people who comes into power as Nigerian president, whenever they are sick, they flew themselves out of the country. But it's so hard for them to build one standard hospital where they can be treated if they are sick. They choose to spend so much traveling to other country to get treated. That is not a quality of a leader. A leader cannot do this. For instance, recently we heard that a whooping sum of 712 billion naira was to be spent for renovation of an existing international airport. Who does that? That amount of money can be used to build two brand new airports, and there will still be remaining amount of money for them. How can you tell us that you spend so much in just renovation? How is that possible? This goes a long way to show the level of corruption. And it was in the same Nigeria we had a sole administrator imposed on the people, spending 24 billion naira in the name of installation of CCTV camera in his office. That is prosperous now. That is so lovable. How can someone claim he's a leader and they spend so much money on things that is unbelievable? So to this end, we will wrap up today's live broadcast. Join us again, but make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you will be part of those who will be notified whenever we come live. We do this live session on a weekly basis with different topics. One of the programs is Let's Talk Africa, where we talk about what is going on in Africa and how we can reshape Africa to make it a better place for you and I. Thank you for joining the live broadcast. See you again some other time.
Clemna bass calling my name tonight. Africa's heartbeat, it feels so right. We're building dreams, we're taking flight. Love and development, side by side. From the roots to the skies, our love, it never lies. Through the politics we'll rise. Clemna bass, my heart's one place. In this relationship, I see your face. Marriage lifestyle, single matching grace. We're dancing through governance, love's embrace. We talk of leaders, we talk of change. but love's the force that rearranges the game. Hand in hand, we'll walk the range, building a life that's never the same. From the east to the west, our hearts beat the best. Governance can't contest.